mods. My name is Kiss the Butte, also known as Brian Bro. Today I am here with a reaction video to, I've been watching videos and I'm just like, let me react to gaming specific videos. And, one of the people I like to watch are Dr. Disaster. He's very sarcastic and funny. But today, yes, we're going to be reacting to one of the games that he's talking about, which is Assassin's Creed, I'll give my thoughts in the middle of the video or later on, but today I'm wearing all white. I'm having a Snow White moment, a Snow Beast, I guess you can say. And again, Beast, Snow Beauty maybe, because Beast has been trademarked. But, yeah, without further ado, we'll get started on it. Let me just turn these lights on behind me, because, hello, we need some lights, right? We need some lights. Hello. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, turn off the music. What is this? This is about Assassin's Creed? I thought we were
What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the chronically charismatic.
Whoa. I had the playback speed at
Dr. Disaster. And obviously, there are no shortage of reporters and analysts who are shilling for the likes of Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows. They desperately want Shadows to be a massive success. Take this article here from IGN as an example.
Don't compare Assassin's Creed to Launch a Perfect Storm Valhalla. The cope is real. Yo, Valhalla was a great game. I mean, it's a lot of grinding, and I had to put it down, but I managed to get Excalibur and Mjolnir. It was a lot of fun.
Example where they say we shouldn't be comparing Assassin's Creed Shadows to Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That's unfair.
Shut up, pussy.
But what is really rare is seeing an analyst of any kind who is willing to throw themselves out there and admit that maybe this game isn't doing that well, considering what this game represents. Assassin's Creed Shadows had a massive budget, and Ubisoft is banking on the sales of this game to save their company, and at least one analyst is coming out
the hit that
and admitting early on that maybe.
And since there's no more USAID funding, yalla toast with peanut butter and jelly. Actually, what's better than peanut butter and jelly? Yeah, that's it.
Just maybe, Shadows isn't the major savior that Ubisoft needed it to be. Under other circumstances, this game might have been considered a success. For a smaller studio, the numbers that we're seeing for this game would have been great, but considering everything riding on Shadows and the money being spent on it, it would seem that gamers have a declaration to make to Ubisoft.
You shall not make any damn money!
This video intro. I always wonder how people just fake fall like that. Do you fall on some kind of cushion, or do you just fake fall and that was really well done.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel if you didn't do it yet, and also, don't forget to support the channel by becoming a member. There are exclusive projects that you don't want to miss out on that will be available to members only coming soon, including audiobook of my dark fantasy novels and a cartoon. There will be more information soon, but it occurs to me that we can't just point out the things that we don't like in our culture. We have to push the things that we do like. So, if you're interested in supporting that sort of thing, consider becoming a member of the channel.
Never in my wildest dreams.
Let's talk about the...
I think that we'd get here fighting, having a culture war over games. Never in my wildest dreams.
Expectations of Assassin's Creed Shadows and how the game does not appear to have met them. For anyone who doesn't know, Ubisoft is in a financial bind. They have been spending exorbitant amounts of money and getting poor to lukewarm responses from gamers for years now, leading them to lay off a shitload of employees, despite owning
Maldito coño, I hate when that happens.
some extremely iconic franchises. They just haven't been able to turn a profit for a long time. In fact, this decade has been extremely difficult for Ubisoft. During the first 5 years of the 2020s, they have failed to turn any kind of profit at all, which is why their stock value has cratered. As I've said many times on the channel before, 2024 was supposed to be their big year. All of the money that they had spent was supposed to be leading up to 2024. Skull and Bones, X-Defiant, Star Wars Outlaws, and Assassin's Creed Shadows were all coming out in 2024, and they were supposed to change the fortunes of the company. But the first 3 of those games flopped in about the worst ways possible, and they ended up pushing back Assassin's Creed Shadows from November to just a couple days ago. They have been teetering on the edge of bankruptcy, flirting with the idea of selling their IPs off, and now Ubisoft and their media
We know how they mess up. You just hire unqualified people.
mouthpieces are doing everything in their power to make sure that everyone sees their last-ditch effort, Assassin's Creed Shadows, as a great success.
It seems like they fixed that.
The last thing they can afford,
because last time they couldn't pet a cat,
to perceive it as a failure. Their last major game, Star Wars Outlaws, was seen as a flop immediately, and the company's stock dropped like a rock. If that happened again,
no one wants to play as that. I mean, we all saw the character model. Nobody wants to play as a deformed looking female. Like, nobody wants that.
That would probably be it. Ubisoft would be toast. This is why it's so difficult to find analysis like this from the outlet PC Games N, link in the description. We've heard from the Ubisoft shills ad nauseum telling us why the game is a success actually. Let's read what someone else has to say. The article says, many speculated that Assassin's Creed Shadows would be one of the best-selling games in the entire series thanks to its intense marketing, novel dual protagonist approach, and long...
Thanks to its... What did he say? I've read somewhere already... with Ubisoft announcing
requested feudal Japan setting, with Ubisoft announcing that it's reached 2 million players already. That speculation appears to have been well-founded, despite some really encouraging sales and engagement numbers, both officially revealed and reported. A top analyst now claims that its strong performance may not be strong enough, saying that Shadows isn't the smash hit Ubisoft desperately needs.
And that's really disappointing because I was one of those people who played like the first 3 games. Okay, I was one of those people who loved Desmond as a character, and I was looking forward to transitioning from the Animus to a real modern life assassin game, not like Hitman, something more in the field of Nikita. You know, I was really looking forward to that, and then they killed Desmond along with the Templar, with the girl who happened to be a Templar. I forget what her name was in the games, but she was one of the actresses in Bad Moms, or the Good Place, and it could have been a good development. That could have been a twist. She could have given us time to explain exactly why. Maybe she turned on them, but no, since they decided to cater to other people who hated the story, they just abandoned their core audience completely, and then everything else went down the shitter. Excuse me for cursing.
We're going to skip past a little bit in the article.
Except for a couple of games I've heard, but I haven't really dabbled into, like Unity or Black Flag. I haven't really dabbled in all that because it's just...
Simply describe the game and go to here, where it says, Media Research's Reese Elliott says that the numbers do not reflect the smash hit Ubisoft desperately needs, and predicts that, given the scope and development time of Assassin's Creed Shadows, the title has almost certainly not broken even yet. While launching on Steam straight away was certainly a boon for the game, Elliott compares Shadows' numbers on the platform to the port of Ghost of Tsushima, which treads on similar ground to the new Assassin's Creed. Despite it being
Does
a
it?
port of a then 4-year-old game, Ghost of Tsushima sold roughly twice as many copies on Steam at launch than Shadows, according to data pulled from Analytics.
Yeah, that's
Assassin's
kind of
Creed
embarrassing.
Shadows Steam sales
more.
also pale in comparison to some of 2025's true mega hits so far. 3 days after launch, Shadows has apparently sold 310,000 copies. In a similar time frame, Split Fiction
I saw Split Fiction. It looks fun for a dual player, but it doesn't seem like my type of game.
shifted 882,500 units on Steam, and the gargantuan Monster Hunter Wilds sold almost 10 times better than Shadows with 3.7 million units.
Almost bought that
According
game.
to
I will
Alania's data,
eventually.
so at least this one person isn't propping up Ubisoft and is talking numbers instead of talking shit. Shadows should have been able to hit Ghost of Tsushima type numbers on Steam, especially since Tsushima's Steam release was so belated. But the same people who bought Ghost of Tsushima did not turn out for Assassin's Creed Shadows. It seems that chasing after the modern audience drove a lot of gamers away. It is quite likely that Shadows has broken the 1 million copies sold barrier by now, but it is quite telling that, at least at this point, the Assassin's Creed X account still hasn't made an announcement about that yet. Either it hasn't actually happened, or they don't want to break the illusion that they tried to conjure with the Ubisoft defenders out there, those hapless fools who read Ubisoft's announcement about 2 million players and started acting as though that meant sales. But the thing is, at this point, unless the numbers really start to pick up, Shadows is going to go down as a massive financial flop.
That kill
As the
didn't even
analyst
look that
from this
great.
article said, due to the development time on this game, Shadows cost a ton of money to make. Star Wars Outlaws reportedly cost $250 million before factoring in marketing. Shadows is expected to have cost more or at least the same. Once you add in the marketing costs, Shadows will need to sell a whopping 6 to 8 million copies at full price to break even on this game. And the thing is, when we look at a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that cost, in comparison,
Can we look
roughly
at that kill again, though?
$150
Wait,
million.
just
So
1 second,
there is,
because I'm
when
paying
we look at
attention,
these
but I'm also
full need
looking
to
at
sell
the
once you add
assassination
in the
kills.
marketing costs, Shadows will need to sell
That wasn't
a
so bad.
whopping
That wasn't so
6
bad. I
to
actually
8
like that.
million
I'm being
copies
fair.
at full
I'm being
price
fair.
to break even on this game. And the thing is, when we look at a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
actually looked pretty
that cost, in comparison, roughly $150 million. So there really is no comparison. Shadows is likely costing almost double
But then I heard her character plays a lot more fluid than Yasuke.
what Valhalla cost, and they aren't hitting the same sales numbers. Shadows took what should have been an easy home run with an Assassin's Creed finally set in feudal Japan, and they turned it into a single or a double. And to make matters worse, Ubisoft needed a grand slam in order to just stay afloat, and from the looks of things, that just isn't happening. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Ubisoft and their defenders into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always...
He's a very funny guy. He wasn't as sarcastic as he usually is, and I really enjoy his videos whenever he's sarcastic. But yeah, he bringing up a lot of solid points. I think it's the end of Ubisoft, and sadly, it's just a lot of people just don't realize, and that the same people that were once made Ubisoft are just not there anymore, and that's like a hard pill to swallow, really, because people they decided to follow a fad instead of catering to your fan base, and that's how you lose business. Never stray from your fan base. But yeah, I'm glad I guess the culture shift is shifting back to the games, the gamers. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But if you've liked this reaction, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and let me know what other videos you want me to react to. And yeah, I'll be back with some more. I'm gonna react to a couple more videos today, and then call it quits. So I'll see you guys later. Like and subscribe if you vibe. Become a beaut today, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.